And we just heard Kelly Mesher-Collins in her diocesan update talk about the Eucharistic Procession. And joining me is John Huynh, the Director of Faith Journey for the Diocese of Des Moines, to give us complete details. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Jean.
It's fun. This Eucharistic Procession, I thought about it. It's like when I first saw it, it's like from the Basilica to St. Ambrose, that's like forever. And I'm like, it's a mile.
Yeah, it's actually not too bad. Yeah,
no.
I think it'll end up being maybe, our guesstimate is about an hour walk because of the pace of, the procession.
Right. Yeah, we're not running a race here.
Right, that's exactly it.
Mm-hmm.
We want to show the world Jesus and give public witness to our faith in the Holy Eucharist, that truly this is. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I think if you haven't participated in a Eucharistic procession, what could the participants expect? I mean, first of all, there is the monstrance. There is Jesus present leading the walk, and I think we don't want to skip over that very important part.
No, not at all. So just very basically, Eucharistic procession is traditionally a procession hoisting Jesus in the monstrance, which going from one church to the other. And the significant thing about this is twofold, right? There is showing Jesus, providing our public witness, like I said, to our God. But then the other thing to remember is that this is kind of a representation of our journey on earth. That we begin in one place and we end in another. Mm-hmm. That there is a journey here of walking, and amidst all that is Jesus walking with us, bringing us from one place to the other, if we so allow him to. Mm-hmm. And so that's really the significance of the procession. In terms of logistics, you have a priest, or in this case, bishop, will be hoisting the monstrance, followed by the faithful. And in doing so, there are a lot of things that can happen, especially if you run into different cultures and things. But for the Vietnamese, lots of chanting. For the Brazilians, lots of dancing, super colorful. For us, I think we're going to plan on saying a rosary, some hymns in between. So, as we're providing public witness, we're also providing the world with a show of how we pray.
Mm-hmm. Well, and whenever you have a long procession, which, having been on the March for Life, you've got 100 different rosaries being prayed because the group at the front isn't being able to lead the group at the back, so you're praying the rosary at different times and different paces. And I think that is a very public witness. Most people are familiar with what a rosary looks like, and here's a group of people walking down the street holding it, praying it, each of them. It's pretty powerful.
Yeah, kind of pertinent to mention today, too, right on the Feast of the Assumption of the Rosary.
Mm-hmm. So my guest is John Huynh. He's Director of Faith Journey for the Diocese of Des Moines, and we're talking about the Eucharistic Procession that is on August 28th. What time does it start, John?
Mass begins at 10:30 at the Basilica, celebrated by Bishop and some of our priests and deacons joining them. And then right after Mass, we will begin the procession, heading over to St. Ambrose, and then ending there with benediction. We'll have some food and snacks and a couple games for kids, and then we'll provide transportation back to the Basilica for those folks who've walked over. That way, you're not making another journey back, right?
Well, because it's uphill going back to the Basilica.
Yeah.
So, and people don't have to come to the Mass. If they already, especially all of those folks that are Eucharistic ministers and lectors, they have commitments at their home parish. They can certainly show up after Mass has been celebrated to join in the walk.
Absolutely. And for those who might not even want to walk the full walk, they can look at the map that we provided on our diocesan website and look at the route. And if they want to park somewhere near the end of the route and join in as we walk along, do that. Traditionally, that's what happens, is that you have a procession, and then there will be people, some might work on fields, seeing this walk by, and they go, oh, okay, so they'll stop what they're doing and then join in the procession. So, there's no need to be completely there from beginning to end if you're unable to, but we would love to have people join us to, again, give public witness to our faith.
So, John, I understand that, the why. Well, we want to give public witness to our faith, but why now? Why is this event happening now?
Yeah, so I've been on the show with John before talking about Eucharistic renewal, and we're undergoing a 3-year process essentially to bring back special attention to the Eucharist. I think we've talked about this. There has been Pew Research and everything else that's shown that there's a diminishing belief in the real presence, and this isn't this is for us to really kind of start a movement again, to call people back to, hey, this is really part of our faith, the source and summit of our faith.
There's all sorts of things that we can do, and I think to kick off that, the diocese year is to be a part of this walk from the Basilica of St. John, 19th and University, down to 6th and Grand at the diocese at St. Ambrose Cathedral. It would be a beautiful walk. All are welcome. All of our listeners from all parts of the state are welcome.